One of the stars of Home Improvement admitted they were on the verge of being forced off the show by none other than the lead star, Tim Allen. Home Improvement was a very successful sitcom starring Allen that aired from 1991 to 1999. The comedian starred as Tim Taylor, a character who was featured on a home improvement show called Tool Time with Ol Borland, played by Richard Corrin. He presented himself as a masculine person who could fix anything, but he ended up messing things up repeatedly. Debbie Dunning joined Home Improvement during its third season as Heidi Keppert, a character who was meant to replace Pamela Anderson's character, Lisa, after the Baywatch cast member left. While promoting her guest role on Allen's current sitcom, Shifting Gears, Dunning spoke to Entertainment Weekly about how frustrated and emotional she felt when Allen apparently tried to get Anderson back on Home Improvement, which could have resulted in Dunning being sidelined. At one point while filming Home Improvement, Allen told Dunning that Anderson really misses starring on the sitcom. He told her that there's a possibility the writers could bring her back every so often, which meant she and Dunning would both kind of share the role. Discovering this bombshell sent Dunning on an emotional roller coaster. She excused herself because her neck was turning red and blotchy. The actress had recently given birth and was a little bit emotional. Dunning told the stage manager what Allen said, and the stage manager refuted the comedian's comments, but Dunning started crying like a baby, and then we had to go through makeup again. Dunning admitted that she should have told them she wouldn't have a problem with Anderson coming back to Home Improvement, though she couldn't help but divulge her true feelings over the situation. After a producer claimed Allen was just throwing ideas out there, they asked Dunning if they could write a storyline about what had just happened on set. Dunning replied by saying it was their show, not hers, so they could do what they wanted. At the end of the day, she didn't want to feel threatened, because she loved her job and she had a baby to support. Then the Home Improvement writers crafted a storyline in which Dunning's character Heidi quit Tool Time, which arguably mirrored Dunning's real-life circumstances but took the situation even further than what she experienced. Anderson did end up returning during Home Improvement Season 6 in a recurring capacity, but Dunning found it to be great and not as horrendous as she thought it would be. Check out her full comments below. What Debbie Dunning almost being pushed out of Home Improvement means. Tim Allen having a Christmas party with Richard Corrin and Debbie Dunning in Home Improvement. Dunning was at a place in her life where she wanted financial stability, especially since she had just had a baby, so no one could blame her for feeling worried about her future on the show when Allen started talking about possibly bringing Anderson back. Dunning was worried that Anderson's return, even in a limited capacity, would be detrimental to her own role. Fortunately, those worries were all for nothing, which the actress acknowledged. After Anderson's Season 6 appearances, Dunning not only stayed on Home Improvement, but she was also promoted from a recurring to a starring role for the sitcom's final 2 seasons, so in the end, everything worked out. Our take on Debbie Dunning's current status with Tim Allen. Home Improvement cast on the set of Tool Time. Dunning clearly doesn't hold anything against Allen for wanting to bring Anderson back. In fact, their working relationship and friendship are so strong that Dunning is guest starring in Shifting Gears Season 2 with Allen. This will be one of many appearances by the stars of Home Improvement. Corrin and Patricia Richardson will also reunite with their old co-star. Considering how popular Home Improvement was in the 90s, having any type of reunion with the cast members is exciting, even if they are playing different characters this time around. It'll be fun to see Dunning, Corrin, Richardson, and Allen back together, and maybe it'll lead to even more appearances in the future.